Alright guys, welcome back. We're going to do a zombie defense trap for your home. Mainly driveway, ditches, things like that around windows where zombies might try to ambush you. If you're new here, think about subscribing. If not, it's alright. But this is what I'm talking about. Let's see, I got a better one. It's a finished one. So here's this piece of rebar. Whichever way you throw it, it points up. Easy way to do it too, if you have a little chop saw. This is this angle iron. See the angle? You just take two of them, stick them together and weld them. Now 90s seem not to work too good because they sit forward just a hair. But it's still going to work. I found a can of nails in this building we bought. I took two nails, does the same thing. It's kind of like a barb on barbed wire. But you can chop them with the grinder so they're on an angle a little bit. These are just a little sketchy to weld. You want to be outside and you do not want to breathe it because it's like a toxic, what the hell's that stuff called? Galvanized and whatnot. These are pretty neat, just a smaller version. Now, this is 3/8 rebar. I've been working on a way of doing it, bending it. I don't really have a bender or press or nothing. We just got simple stuff. I got this vise that I found. Again, in this place, it was broken right here. I just stick welded it back together a bit, welded these pieces of angle on there for jaws, and it'll do alright. But I found what I'm doing is I'm cutting these 3 inches. Roughly 3 inches, because you can get 3 pieces out of this piece of rebar. I marked on the table here, so... Alright, you get 5 pieces out of this, so yeah. Now, I cut one of the pieces right in half. I have the 2 pieces, and I put them in the vise so they're pointing up. Then I took the other one, and I bent it. I'm not sure the degree of angle. I can show you. I just drew it on the table. Let's see if we can see it. The clamp's in the way. Let's say I drew this little angle. That's kind of the degree. 90 doesn't seem to work real good. I believe 90 doesn't work too good. Because here's the 90 ones. And they kind of don't work real good. Which I took a piece of angle iron, laid it down. I set it on there. Well, I cut a slit in, I bent it around, but it kind of comes out kind of funky. But these ones I kind of want for my ditches. Times are getting bad. People get crazy. Zombies get crazy. So you just take some of these, chuck them in your ditch around your window. The leaves will be over it, whatnot, and it gives you more of an advantage. So, I feel like that's pretty handy. So what I did, I just laid out on the table here. I got my marks. You can go to Tractor Supply and get these paint pens, all different colors. But I just laid out. I already kind of went on the grinder and kind of already put a point on one, but lay it out, do your marks. You got your 2. Moving on down. And that will make 1. You get your 1 plus your other piece is it's almost 2. So plus you can make some bigger ones, you can make some small ones. If you want 2, you can cut them 2 inches. But I've just been cutting them all the way in half because it seems to work a little better. And plus it gives me a time to test this Yes welder out. Forgot this one. Get yourself one of these face shields. It's like $5 at Harbor Freight. Is it comes down to if you have to do home defense and stuff like that, and you get injured, you won't be able to do it. So let me cut these real quick. I'll probably just edit out so you guys don't have to hear all the noise. I'm going to try this again. I cut a notch in it. The rebar is not very forgiving on bending it. It just kind of snaps. So I'm going to just bend it a little bit. It's already starting to tear. See how it's cracking? Let's see. Can't really get it. It's starting to crack right in there. It's just going to break off eventually. Trying to get it kind of close because you want it to be able to set up. And that's way more. I found, like I said, it was just easier for me to take the two little pieces. And you come on over in the vise here. I just took the two pieces, kind of put them at each corner of the vise. Tighten them down like a little triangle. And then I just took my other piece and went across. See, I got to bend it a little more. Yeah, see it snap, but it's still kind of holding. We'll just weld it. Now, an easier way, which I don't have, if you have a torch or like a little coal forge or something where you can heat it up a little bit and just boop, you can bend it. We're going to try to get something like that eventually, but for now I don't have. Let's see. Now we just got it. Nope, I did it wrong. We want to be up like this. And you're going to kind of... No two are going to be exact same unless you can build yourself a jig, which maybe get eventually like that. But yeah, we'll put it up just like this. Or I guess you could go like that. But I might just butt it like this. It'll give it more room. And I'll be able to weld all in there. So, let's back you up a little bit because I don't want to fry my iPad with the welder. Which I'll probably just stand in the way and do it. This thing here, this Hall bolt hood, they suck. I have my good one at work. I should have brought it with me, but I spaced out on that and forgot. So I got this cheap ass Hall bolt. And no matter how tight you tighten the lugs down, it still wants to it falls down on you. Well, it's not auto darkening, so let's get it tacked up on the vise so I can get it out here, stick rod it. I'm definitely a little hot, but a little hot than not. I'd say it leans forward a little bit, but you can, once it cools down, you just take your hammer and give it a good old whack and adjust them out. You see, well, it's not bad too. These used to be $1. Now they're $2. Because we got our Build Back Better system in place, which means you pay more money for less shit. We'll just put you out over here. Kind of watch from an angle. And if it's windy, forgive me about the wind. I'm out here in the wind. There we go, we got you zoomed out a little bit where you can kind of see the overall process. These little cutting wheels, watch these things. Of course, I have a welding hood. So I made some other welding hood. I got cut, grind, all that. This is just, I was in a pinch and I grabbed it real quick at Tractor Supply. I just need to bring my other one when I do this. I got our little 6-inch piece. I mean, the measurement, you can do whatever you want. You could shorter, like that. See, that one was a leftover piece, so it's a lot shorter. And some are a little bit longer. My one plan was to make your point and then come in with a grinder and cut a notch. So if it goes into something, it's going to stick like a hook or whatnot. And then you can hook a cable to it. It's just, there's a million things. These ones was the easiest, just little angle pieces. You just chop off little tiny pieces. You just stick them together, tack them. And there's a bunch of them. Then you can just put them in the grinder. If you got a whole handful of them, you can just. And now I'm going to try not to step on it. But yeah. Figure I'd come up with a proof of concept, get you guys thinking on it. You guys come up with how you do it. A lot of you probably have way better working spaces than I got. But you really don't need, you can do this outside as long as you have a little power. And I broke it. There might be a better material. Well, there's better material, but I'm trying to go by price. Trying to find things that don't cost arms and legs. You know, for $10 or for $20, you can get 10 rebar, and then you could make quite a few. I think should be able to make 20, almost 30 of these, depending on your size. You could scale down. You can scale down some, like go 2.5 inches on each one, and they give you a little bit smaller one. The nails aren't too bad. You can just bend them. They just kind of bend. So it's pretty much just like a piece of barbed wire, honestly. And technically, you could take some of these and tack a piece of barbed wire to a couple of them and stretch them across the road. You know, the sky's the limit. I don't want to burn up too many of these nails because it doesn't hurt to have nails. I just found these in a rusted ass can, and that one, when I welded it, was like. So I do not want to weld these. If you have a respirator, yeah, but me no do that. I'd say definitely get yourself a grinder. This is just a cheap Craftsman one. I mean, you can go to Harbor Freight. The good thing about Harbor Freight is their warranties. Just don't get nothing like your life's going to depend on, because then you might be in trouble with that. But a grinder, you know, it burns out, just take it back. But they're a little $75 welder. Well, now it's probably $100 and some welder, because there's reasons, I guess. We'll make another one of these real quick. I'm going to spread this out a little bit wider. But a jig would definitely be handy to have, where you can cut yourself a bunch of pieces and then move to the next step, tack up them, weld them, and the next step, grind them. Get yourself a little assembly line. Well, I'm just trying to, I got this kind of on my little angle. This one didn't break all the way. It's kind of holding. So I should be able to weld it up. And again, you just want to have them going opposite directions. It's two squares and they're going opposite directions. So you got your 90. And then you got your other 90 going the other way. This is the angle pieces. They work alright, but this one's up pretty good. They just need to put them in the grinder bench grinder, or you can take the wheel and just slice off it on an angle. Well, when if you round it, then any way it hits is alright. If you're on an angle, if it comes from the back side, it might not be as good. You can make these pointier. Still got a little bit of rod left here to burn. This doesn't work too good for welding. Just protective equipment's really good. Just get yourself some gloves and a hood. And there's a lot of people don't. And they just tack it right there on the vise. I forgot it was 2 parts. Stop laughing at me. Oh, I tried to make it just 2 parts instead of 3. But like I showed you, the rebar does not want to bend right. Which will we set at? 111. We can go down to like, I don't know, 1.7 is fine probably. This one's still a little different. Well, not that bad. It's not too bad. One thing about sticks, though, you got to keep changing them out. And tacking, these 6013s tack pretty easy. They strike off real easy. If you had the 7018s, I had a hard time with them. Don't have to look pretty. Just get it burning in there. You want it to hold. I don't know about that one. There we go. And the other bad thing about it too is you can't just set your gun down because your stick's gonna hit the table. Well, if you know, I got a metal table. Wasn't a bad find. It was in this junk hole back here. This is too heavy for them to move. They just left it. And that vise, it was busted. So they left it. And then a friend that works at the steel place, the railroad tracks, they just cut me off 2 pieces, which I want to make anvil later, where you cut it out and shape it on down the road. But I'm not sure how long it would take if you put this in a fire. Maybe you could have like a barbecue pit with charcoal, and you could put this in there, heat it up a little bit, and then you could just bend it. A little blacksmithing. But that is my plan. Let's make a short video. I have another video we can do later on about another, but this one involves just some wood. Actually, we use few of these nails. I just like to use screws, just impact driver. But it's an old Vietnam trap, but it works good on zombies. The unprepared horde, I guess you call it. But yeah, you have a few of these out in the leaves around your windows, in your little garden bed near your windows, down your drainage ditch in the grass, because I got one that runs along up there, and they'll be laying up in there. So if a zombie jumps down in there and tries to ambush you. But I thought I'd just do a quick video and see what you guys think about it. It's not a bad process. You can just sit out here one Saturday and turn that on. Like you could break it up into multiple days. You could take one day, cut all your pieces, and come out there another day. If you heat them up, you can bend them. If you guys know of a different metal, well, different, I don't know, in the same price category, I should say, and you can go get, they have metal dowel rods a little bit thinner than this, smooth, and you can bend them by hand. but they're also like $4. So I'm just trying to find something that's a decent price, readily available and pretty useful. And see right there, I think in a couple minutes we already made 2 or 3. And we got a little set of them here. The little ones are handy too. The longest part's going to be grinding all the points. So what you probably do is just take your cutoff wheel and just kind of cut, and just cut it, and it'll be flat on both sides. But like I said, if you guys have any ideas where you can find some better rod, I mean, like at a store where everybody can go. I know bolts will be expensive. Even these nails now. You go to store these nails, they're, I don't even know, like 50, 60 cents a piece, 80 cents a piece, and you need 2 of them. So that's $2 right there, and you only get 1. You can get 1.5 out of this. 2 of them, you can get almost 4 of these bigger ones. Like I said, it's just to get your ideas flowing, to come up with some ideas and to help out. And I thought, it's always different in your head when you come up with this. You're just like, oh yeah, I'll just bend this and bend that and tack it. And when you bend it, it breaks. But you just got to roll with it, evolve with it. But I'm still pretty happy with that one. I mean, it's not bad. It's fairly good size. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching. Sorry about the wind. Hopefully this little dead cat works. But I don't know. When I edit it, the sound's good. When I post it on YouTube, the sound sucks. I don't know. I don't know if they're screwing with me or what, but it's all right. We'll get through it. So, like and subscribe. Stay safe. Let me know what you think about these. If you guys would try, you think these would be good, like a force multiplier, because everybody's gonna have blind spots, drainage ditches, big trees. You get some leaves, fall's coming. Chuck them on the road. People ain't gonna see them in your driveway. So, stay safe.